What's up, everybody? My name is Alex. I'm one of the pastors here at Oasis. And a couple weeks ago, I shared a message I was reading out of, I believe, Mark or Matthew. But that same story is found in all of the Synoptic Gospels. And so in Luke chapter 18, we read about the rich young ruler and how he comes to Jesus and asks, what do I have to do to inherit eternal life? And Jesus says, go and sell all of your things and come back to me. And it's just something he couldn't do, and he walks away saddened. And Jesus turns to the disciples, and they're in shock, and they say, well, who can be saved then? And Jesus tells them, with man, this is impossible, but with God, it is possible. And he talks about how hard it is for a rich person to get to heaven. But in just a chapter later, in Luke chapter 19, comes across a rich tax collector, another rich man named Zacchaeus. And after Zacchaeus climbs up into a tree to be able to see Jesus through the crowd, Jesus calls him down, wants to have dinner with him. And it's in that moment that Zacchaeus is overwhelmed by the love of Jesus and says, I'm going to sell half of my possessions, and to anybody I've wronged, I'll give them back 4 times what I robbed from them. And it makes me question. I've been thinking about this thought since 2 weeks, and maybe some of you have. I know some of you have asked me questions. What's the difference? Jesus just said a rich man couldn't get in, and just a chapter later, he lets him in. And after just meditating and thinking, it boils down to something really subtle, but something really important. It was the heart of each of these people. The problem with the rich young ruler is he opened up the conversation asking, what can I do? It was a matter of him achieving and gaining salvation. It was him. What can he add? What can he do? He's already wealthy, already successful. This was just one more thing. And Jesus offered him something to do. And it was just something that he couldn't do. On the other hand, you have a person who probably didn't follow the law. He was seen as evil by the world, and the tax collector is still wealthy, and yet Jesus didn't have to offer him anything. In fact, his heart was already prepared, and after encountering Jesus, he was moved to give his stuff away. And so what does it boil down to? It boils down to the heart. See, Jesus didn't have to ask the tax collector to give everything away. A true encounter with Jesus, the love, the mercy, the grace of Jesus moved him to do it without having to be asked. And so what I'm trying to say is we can all do good deeds, but the heart of it could be different. Will we be doing it just because it's another thing we do, another thing we can earn? Or are the good things we're doing in life a response to what Jesus has already done for us? So as we carry on in our lives, we ask, what is the difference between that rich young ruler and the tax collector? Why did one leave saddened and the other one, salvation come to that house, as Jesus said? It was because the tax collector realized what Jesus had done for him. And so everything he did from then on out was only a response of this unmerited grace that Jesus had offered him. And so I want to encourage you, as I'm living, is as I carry out my life, let me not try to continue to do good thing after good thing, and deed after deed, task after task, trying to earn. But let me constantly be aware of what Jesus has done for me, despite what people say about me, despite what they might think of me. Jesus saw me different. He called me out. He chose me. And out of that love and mercy and grace that I've received, I then want to give out to those without having to be asked to. Because it's a response of what Jesus has done for me. So I want to encourage you to live your life that way, as I am choosing to do that today.